Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Spilly and welcome back to Spill Sesh. Today we're going to be breaking down all that has been going on with Gabbie Hanna and Trisha Paytas because for the last week the two of them have honestly been going at it back and forth. Trisha's uploaded several videos on their Trisha Paytas channel and Gabbie has had a lot to respond to them. So let's get right on into it. Now for the past week or two, Gabbie Hanna has been on TikTok, on Twitter, on her Instagram, talking about a lot of different things. People were worried that there was something wrong, but she has said that she feels more herself than ever and that she's totally fine.
Hey guys, I know you like to say that women are having a mental breakdown and blame any type of expression of emotions or defending themselves as being mentally incompetent and clearly going through something. I'm actually not going through something. I'm actually finally not going through something. I actually feel really good and strong and powerful and I've really harnessed my sense of self and self-esteem. I'm just standing up for myself.
And now I will also say that Def Noodles posted a post that she had posted on her Patreon where she said, "I'm concerned for the world. The fact that people can't figure out I'm trolling in my TikToks is astounding. Like I'm doing the same I did in Call Me Crazy and Shut Me Up, LMAO. I'm doing the same I did on Musical.ly, just in regular time. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's be viral. You think the girl who's been made fun of for her nose by the entire internet doesn't know what she's doing when she sings with her nose rubbing against the pop filter, or when I stare dramatically into the mirror for a silent 5, or when I'm gonna both your parents and the one person you love." That one's still my favorite because of how many people got personally offended because they know I could in fact F both their parents and the one they love. It feels good to be in control, LMAO. That post has a lot of people thinking, okay, so she's admitting that she's just trolling in all of her TikToks and her tweets, which honestly, there's a lot of people that have seen this and have been really upset by the whole thing, just in the fact that this trolling has other people involved and other people have been affected by this, and people just think like, hey, it's really not funny to troll when other people are involved and they're actually getting really hurt in the process. This all kind of started with Gabbie coming for several other people prior to Trisha, but we're mainly going to be talking about the Trisha Paytas situation because people feel like it went really too far. It really triggered Trisha and people are upset. Someone said on TikTok in her comments, someone said she's trying to be the next Trisha Paytas and now I can't stop seeing that. And Gabbie replied, "I'm like Trisha Paytas if she was talented and happy." And honestly, this one took a lot of people by surprise because recently Trisha and Gabbie got together on Gabbie's podcast to kind of supposedly, hash everything out and make amends. At the time the podcast came out, people did think that the entire episode was quite uncomfortable because Gabbie was trying to convince Trisha that they were in fact friends at one point in time, while Trisha was denying most of the things that Gabbie was saying Trisha said to her, and it was a mess. It was a mess. And after the episode, Trisha made a video on their channel kind of breaking down more in depth of what actually occurred during the filming process of the podcast, that they were uncomfortable and that they don't dislike Gabbie or hate Gabbie in any way, but feel bad for Gabbie and can empathize with her. But ultimately, it seems like nothing was even solved. And after this, obviously, Trisha was going to be upset seeing this. And Gabbie was not happy that Trisha was upset seeing this because I guess recently someone posted a TikTok saying, "Hey girly, love your confidence, but singing isn't for everyone." And that is when Trisha commented this emoji.
Trisha Paytas is upset that I called her untalented, even though she's allowed to have an opinion about me. She says everyone can have an opinion. She has an opinion about my music. But what's this? You're making fun of me online, you hypocritical fake.
And might I just add that prior to even commenting about this post that Trisha had, commented on this TikTok, Gabbie tweeted out, "Hey Trish, nice to see you again. I can't tag you because you blocked me after people found your tweets, but I want to thank you for inspiring me so greatly." And this really just launched everything between Trisha and Gabbie, because clearly, you know, Gabbie was bringing up Trisha and saying that Trisha blocked Gabbie, and it turned into a whole thing. Thus began the two of them going back and forth about not only this, but their friendship entirely. And once again, they were discussing the not friendship that the two of them had. So Gabbie saying that at one point in time, Trisha was texting her and saying that, you know, Trisha wants the world to know that they are friends, invited her to have Thanksgiving, and all of this.
I'm actually really happy you brought this up, because Trisha herself has been upset since 2017 that the internet didn't know that we were friends. We're not anymore, obviously, but her story is that we were never friends and that she never knew me, and that I'm delusional and imagined a friendship. And I think that, so if you're gonna keep gaslighting me to the world, saying that I'm delusional and crazy and created a friendship in my mind, well, then I'm just gonna show our friendship.
To which Gabbie is like, why won't they just admit that we used to be friends? Like, that's all Gabbie wants, is for Trisha to say, hey, we were friends. And Gabbie can't let it go, because she's saying like Trisha's making her feel crazy for like having imagined this entire friendship. Meanwhile, Trisha is still standing by the fact that they were not friends. And this led to a whole lot of stuff. Gabbie was making TikToks exposing text messages between her and Trisha, showing messages where Trisha called them friends. And Trisha is pretty much just like, I was being nice. I was being like, we weren't actually like close. Both have just different views of what was going on. And this situation really upset Trisha to a point where they posted a video on their channel titled The Voice Memos, where Trisha played voice memos that Gabbie had sent her following them filming the podcast together, where Gabbie did in fact tell Trisha, hey, I was wrong about, you know, this, and this that I said on the podcast, admitting that she was the one that was kind of forming some friendship in her mind, and that Trisha wasn't actually wrong when they said, I never said those things. Because in the episode, Gabbie kept saying, you said this, and Trisha was like, no, I did not. And it would be awkward and uncomfortable. Trisha then uploaded another video titled Gabbie Please Stop, and went on a whole Twitter spree. Trisha said, number one rule right now for me to de-escalate a trigger is to disengage. I really hate that I let someone have control over my well-being. I slipped up even trying to communicate with someone who doesn't want communication, and I hate how that made me feel. Trisha then explains in the next tweet why they even blocked Gabbie in the first place, saying, I set a boundary blocking someone and it was not respected by that person. I'm still being tormented mentally with people relaying information to me. Leave me alone. I'm like begging. I've been respectful all this year. I've been trying to have compassion and empathy. Then said, I struggle daily with voices in my head, and having someone convincing me things happened when I was adamant they didn't happen, and then the next day admitting they didn't happen, is so damaging to this condition I've been open about, and why I once again distanced myself. Then says, I was willing to forgive disclosing information about my health to my partner, which she had zero knowledge of and was incorrect, but triggering my schizophrenia while it was a fresh diagnosis was beyond forgivable. Tried to move past it so many times and she kept pushing. That's obviously in reference to when Gabbie told Jason Nash that Trisha had the herp, when Trisha says that they never had the herp, and that was a whole big fight between the two of them. Trisha says, it's proven she creates false narratives, and someone with a sound mind would find this troubling. So imagine how someone currently struggling, trying to keep intrusive thoughts at bay, is being triggered. I've been very nice / respectful about the podcast and about all of this. I don't wish her any ill will. She was super kind in person. I understood her more as someone who has been hurt a lot in her past, but I can't put myself in a position of someone twisting reality. This is why I blocked Gabbie. She spent so much of the podcast convincing me of stuff like that. I shared poetry with her. I've never shared poetry with anyone, and she said to me over and over, yes, you did. My voices in my head were triggered for weeks after I had to block. And in this clip, this is from Trisha's YouTube channel, and Gabbie is basically admitting to Trisha, I remember things incorrectly. Trisha then says, creating false reality for anyone is damaging, but creating a false reality and trying to convince someone that stuff happened that didn't, to someone who is very open about being mentally ill for years, is the most dangerous thing in the world. Later that day, Trisha tweeted out, Gabbie has repeatedly stated she is fine, mentally stable and well. I am stating this right now, so there is no confusion. The past 24 hours, I am not well. I am on my way to CGT right now and need immediate help and will receive it. I will log off. And the next day followed up with, hey guys, thanks for love and support. I'm okay this morning. I spiraled last night, but I got help and support. Getting second vaccine right now, so I'm going to be offline anyhow for a few days, just so no one worries, since I usually post everywhere 20 times a day with peace and love always. Obviously, this really took a toll on Trisha. This entire situation that was going on with Gabbie really took a toll on them. And on Twitter, Gabbie posted, Trisha was right. They didn't technically invite me to Thanksgiving. They say we should have just eaten together instead of their other plans. Trisha, who claims they never knew me. I'm delusional. I imagined a friendship. Happy Thanksgiving. Thankful to be finally sharing this. Then shared another set of tweets between her and Trisha saying, for 2 years now, Trisha has been telling people I'm delusional and imagined a friendship. I'm not misusing the word gaslighting. Trisha, babe, I'm tired of the internet not knowing we were friends, lol. Someone said, sis, your timing for fighting Trish could not be worse. No one will take your side with your petty battles. She replied saying, I'm not trying to win. I just want to tell my truth. The one thing I've kept for years to protect others before I go. I don't care to be believed. I don't care to be liked. I just want to be able to speak for once, and then I'm gone. Later on, she then said that she had a docuseries coming soon, so I really don't know if that's what all this is about, but it's definitely a whole big situation, and a lot of people just felt like it got really out of hand. Obviously, it's really taken a toll on Trisha, and obviously from what I showed you guys in the beginning, what Def Noodles posted about Gabbie's Patreon page, she says that she was just trolling, and now there's people saying that it's been taken way too far, but who knows? I'm really just trying to give you guys all the information that I've seen from tweets and TikToks and things that I've read. That is really it. Not trying to give you guys any sort of opinion on the situation. I definitely, hope everyone involved in the situation is okay. They're healthy, all of that, because I don't wish anything bad on anyone. Just explaining to you guys what's been going on the internet. And I hope that everyone can, be happy and find their peace, because clearly there's two people involved in the situation that have very different views of what occurred during the time that they have spoken to each other. And I just hope that both of them can be happy and in their own lives. Oh my goodness, you guys, that was just a lot. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.